Hello and welcome to my little review of the Instax SP-3 printer, the printer that takes the AX out of instax, assuming AX stands for accident, which is how I described most of my instant photos before getting this printer. The SP-3 is a Polaroid type printer which connects to either your phone or to your X or GFX series camera. For the purposes of my use case, I'm only going to be connecting to my X-T4 because I'm not really interested in faffing around with my phone, and it's not a good look when I've been paid to shoot something. Straight out of the box, the experience is less than ideal as my device arrived with a flat battery and apparently it can't power itself off the USB mains. But after 30 minutes of pointless troubleshooting, it sputtered to life and spat out the dark slide, something my Instax SQ6 never bothered to do. Unboxing this thing, and what I first noticed was how small it was. Yeah, well, it's way smaller than I expected. How small is the Mini then, if this is small? Connecting the printer to the X-T4 is fast and fairly painless so far, which totally exceeded my expectations considering my previous experiences with Fuji Wi-Fi technologies. The next day I took my kids down to the local botanical gardens to rip out as much of the endangered flora as possible and to see how the SP-3 exposed film compared to an actual Instax camera. And one $10 box of film later, I can reveal it's basically the same. Highlights anywhere near the right hand side of the histogram will be blown out, and shadows we could describe as shadowy. Where you come out ahead with the SP-3 is that you know what you're getting in advance, and you can choose that perfect photo where little Timmy is smiling and Auntie Peggy has pulled her jeans up over her G-string again. If you want to get really geeky, you can even post-process the photos in camera before sending them to the printer. At this point, I'd quip that Edwin Land, the father of Polaroids, would have rolled in his grave at the thought of post-processing, but I reckon he would have bloody loved it. What is it doing? I didn't do anything.
Let me press it.
Oh, you pressed the reprint button.
That was my last shot.
Why not buy an Instax mini printer, which suits the aspect ratio of my X-T4 instead of an Instax square printer? Well, as far as I can tell, the Instax Mini Link printers will only print from one very specific X series camera, otherwise you're stuck with using your phone. And I've yet to come across a photo, a few boxes of film later, that I couldn't crop to square, which says a lot about my compositional skills.
Okay, you can hold it. Don't break it though.
Anyway, I hope this primer is useful to you, and if you've got any questions about the printer, please just chuck them in the comments box below. I can't let you go without putting this one last photo in here. Now this photo I just could not get right in camera. The sky behind the flowers was just way too bright, and so the flowers ended up in total shadow. I thought about using some sort of in-camera HDR technique, but without a tripod and with so much wind, that was just going to be impossible. So I brought the photo into Lightroom, I've cranked up the shadows, pulled down the highlights, set the exposure nicely, a little bit of HSL, sent it back to my phone, and then sent it to the printer from there through the Fuji Share app, which is ugly as hell, but it gets the job done. And you know what? I don't mind the result at all.